Good morning everyone. Welcome to Tiny Kitchen, Big Flavor. Today I wanted to bring you in because I'm going to be making these, I call them coconut darlings. They are absolutely decadent. They're really delicious, but I cannot take the credit for this. This recipe I found years ago at partypal.com, I believe it is. And it's a chef that I got this recipe from her site. Let me just say, doubling the recipe, it calls for 3 cups of flour, all-purpose flour, a half a teaspoon salt, a half a teaspoon baking powder, 3 sticks of butter, room temperature, 2.5 cups granulated sugar. I'm only using 2 cups because I don't like my cookies too sweet. Anything too sweet. 2 teaspoons good quality vanilla, 4 eggs, room temperature, and 2 cups of shredded, unsweetened coconut. Now, I get my coconut at Trader Joe's. This is what I get, and I just put it in my blender, and I just, make it, like a powdery consistency, if you will. So I use Trader Joe's bleach all-purpose flour because I had it. I like to use this butter. I love this butter. It is absolutely delicious. I have here my 4 eggs at room temperature. I have here my vanilla from Dominican Republic. I'm nothing without it when it comes to baking, that is. And here is, just to show you the consistency, see, this is the coconut. And now we're going to get started. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to cream my butter and my sugar. I'm going to dump it in here, and I'll bring you back to show you the consistency of it once it's all mixed. Okay guys, now that we have creamed our butter and sugar, we're going to add our eggs one at a time. Let's go. In between adding my eggs one at a time, I like to scrape the bowl. Okay, now that we've added our eggs, I'm going to add my vanilla. And then I am going to add, here I combined my salt and my baking powder. And I'm going to be adding it slowly to the mix. As you see me do here. Just like that. Now that we have mixed our batter, we are going to add our coconut to it. Mix it really well, and then we're going to put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes or so. Enough so it could get cold, and then you can shape your cookies if you want to shape them. If not, you can just drop them by a spoonful, make little balls. So let me just add my coconut. And here we go. And we're gonna lift our mixer, and we're just gonna mix it kind of gently until it's incorporated very well, and that is it. And then we're gonna cover it, make like a ball, and allow it to get cold in the fridge. Anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes will be fine, and then we'll be ready to bake. And we're done. Okay guys, so I have taken the dough out of the refrigerator. I actually left it overnight. It's pretty cold, which is perfect. I'm going to take it out of here, and I'm going to form little balls and bake them. And I don't want to keep you while I do this process. I will bring you back and show you what I've done, and then we'll take it from there. Okay guys, so we ended up with 35 on this batch. So you can see, I still have quite a bit here. I went ahead and flattened some out just to see if I like them that way. But I'm gonna go ahead and bake them and at 375 until they are kind of formed like a little brown around the edges, then they're done. And I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay guys, let's check our cookies. Our little darlings, and they look amazing. See how they're getting that little brown. That's exactly what you're looking for. They are done. These are done. Now, you see how they have that golden little hint of goldenness at the end? That's what you're looking for. Okay, my lovely, a couple of little pointers, tips I have for you. As you can see, I started off this way. They're a little bit too thick for me. I like them, you know, to spread out a little bit, which is fine. They're delicious. I would decrease the sugar because I find them to be a little bit too sweet. And if you don't like things too sweet, you may want to decrease it. The other thing that I wanted to say is that I went ahead and tried this little cookie cutter, but I made them thinner because if I want to sandwich them with any kind of filling, I don't want them to be this thick. This is too thick to me to fill it. It's just way too thick. I think I may just dust these with cinnamon or something and do it like that. But the ones that I am going to be putting a filling is going to be these. Now, keep in mind also the temperature, do it at 350 instead of 375 the way it calls for. And keep an eye on it. My oven tends to brown things more on one side than the other. So just keep an eye on them. The minute you see them that they start turning like this, they're ready. You want to take them out. And it's going to be anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes or probably less, depending on your oven. Just make sure that they're thin enough. Like, let me just show you what I'm doing here. See that? So this is a labor of love. But I'll show you the finished product when I'm done. I still have to make my chocolate filling to go in it. I haven't decided because I think that this will be extra too sweet. I was going to put this in it, but I'm like, it's probably going to be too sweet. I prefer things on the lighter side of sweet. Remember when I said to keep an eye on your cookies? I should have taken my own advice. Look at what happened to these. Way too crispy for what we need. So I'm sure my husband will put these down. Okay guys, so let's recap. Don't worry about the recipe because I'm going to be putting it in the description below, and I'll also link the chef who created this recipe so that you can check out her blog. The other thing that I wanted to say is that's my timer going off. This cookie dough, you can make it ahead of time and freeze it until you're ready to bake them. And that's the beauty of these. That is really nice. Anything that you can do ahead of time during the holiday is helpful. Okay guys, so I made my filling. I decided to go with chocolate ganache, and what I have here is a 1/3 cup of heavy cream, double boiler like you see. I have some water here, and then I went ahead, it calls for 7 ounces of chocolate. I use the Lido's milk chocolate, and I use pretty much all of that. As you can see, there's only this much left. If you want your ganache to be a little bit thicker, then add a little bit more chocolate to it to make it thicker so it's not as runny. If you want it more runny, then you want to add more of the heavy cream. I'm going to wait for this to get a little bit cooler before I add it because I don't want it dripping anywhere before I add it to my cookies. Okay guys, so this is the best part of all, where you get to eat them, you get to fill them, and you get to try them. And like I said, this has been a labor of love. I tell you what, these little darlings, as I like to call them, they almost taste like Milano cookies, only absolutely better. I mean, absolutely better, hands down. So you see the consistency of my ganache is really thick. I just let it cool down a little bit, and then I started filling these. I'm not sure if I'm going to fill them all because I don't want them to be super sweet, like I said. But oh my God, can you imagine? You gift a couple of these, you get those little cute little boxes for the holidays, and you make these and you give them to your mail lady and whatever. You just make their day. An act of kindness doesn't have to cost you a whole lot. It just has to cost you the determination to do it. Okay? And make somebody happy. Look at that. OMG. I am so tickled. I cannot wait. Anyway, guys, I'm going to continue getting these all filled. Okay, guys, so here you have it. My cookies are done. I am so pleased with them. So happy. If you like this video, you know what to do. Please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when I upload a new video. Thank you for watching.